Hey guys, welcome back to Pamela's Tarot Tales. This is a walkthrough video, which was originally supposed to be an unboxing video of the Marshmallow Marseille, but my camera had died the other day when I tried to do an unboxing video and I lost all the video. So here we are. So it's more of a walkthrough. This is the Marshmallow Marseille. It is kind of similar to poker size, maybe a little bit bigger, maybe a little smaller, I don't know. But it comes in a tuck box. This is made by Wandering Oracle, and they were just recently running a sale on it, which is why I ended up getting it. And I think they're going out of print, so if you want it, get it quickly. Today is the end of April, of 2018, so they should be going out of stock pretty quick. But I really don't like the tuck box. It's got this extra thickness to it that just from the way it's folded. It got torn a little bit, which always irritates the crap out of me. But it doesn't seem worth it to, ask them to send me another one when I'm not really excited about the tuck box anyway. So, there we go. It's from 2017. Crappy little tuck box. Some people really like it, but whatever. So these are the backs. Really beautiful. There is a single little marshmallow there. So I do like the fact, even though that doesn't make it fully reversible, but it's not enough that it would distract me. Some people don't read reversals, especially with Marseille, but I like to. I find it helpful. What I did notice about this deck is that when we get to like the numbers in the pips, that they're upright instead of turned on their side, so it is easy to see, especially on the swords and the wands. When you do reversals, it's pretty automatic that that's reversed. So if you do read reversals, this is a great, great, great deck for a Marseille to be able to do that. So we'll go through. I wanted this deck because I saw various people have it, and I was like, I don't know. There was a couple cards, and I don't know. But I've been working through Tarot on Earth by Tom Benjamin, which is an awesome book, and that's another video. But that's the book he uses. This is the deck he uses in that book, and this is one of his favorites. And so I was like, well, since it went on sale, it's like 30% off or something. So normally it's a $40 deck, and I got it for $28 plus $4 shipping, and yeah, that's worth it. So this is your full. What I really like about this is, and the camera doesn't pick up the colors as well as one would think, but they're so much more beautiful in person. And I do wish that you could have seen the unboxing, because my my reactions were quite different than I expected, which is a good thing. But I'll try to remember what I said and pull it up. But I do like this fool. I really like the facial expressions. Even though the colors seem very sweet, this does not seem like it's going to be a fluffy, I would call a fluffy deck. That's not going to give some potent information. I think it will. And other people have said that in their unboxings and reviews and stuff. So this is more of a walkthrough. But I really like the magician here. I like that it's in green. I like his almost contemplative look in thoughtfulness. There's a mindfulness in the tools that he chooses and what he's going to create and how he's going to put that forth into the world and how that's going to represent him, and whether it's going to be from a showmanship kind of standpoint or an authentic standpoint. But anyway, I'll try not to talk too much and make this a long video, but one thing I did notice about this particular card is how the perspective and the scale of the Pope in comparison to the little figures, the children, or whatever, and we can all be those children, but it's interesting to see that, and it's not something I've noticed in other Pope cards, how much smaller these are. I do like that they are pretty much borderless. They are borderless. I like the white space. It gives it a space to breathe, but I don't feel like it needs to be chopped down or anything. I like this Lovers. Chariot. And the positions on these are really interesting for this particular one. Um, the the horses are looking towards each other. Oftentimes they're looking away, and then how high up she's kind of sitting. It's a different feel than some other chariots, but I really like that particular. And I said she, but it may be a he, probably a he, but it, to me it has a feminine feel to that charioteer. 8, Justice. I love, love, love this hermit. I like his blue beard and his hair, and I like the greens and the browns, um, and he seems jolly almost going into his contemplation and reflection and inner work. And I like how his kind of cane is a bit of a crescent moon, and so it really talks about going deep into developing um, intuition and working with yourself, but not in a unproductive way. Wheel, fortune, force. Hangman, death. I even like the smiling death. And it's interesting, these are bones. Some Marseille style decks have body parts rather than bones, and I have decks that have that, but it's nice that this is a little bit lighter in that reference. Devil, Tower, weird, Star. And this is one of the cards. I know a lot of people really love this card, and this is one of the cards that kind of made me hesitate a little bit. And it's mainly, I think, because it appears to have like a border almost, because the colors don't kind of overflow. And there's not a lot of white space, and this card felt busy and a little bit muddy. And even looking at it in the camera, it still feels that way. But when I turn around and look at it, it has a completely different feel. I still don't like if you're going to have that much color and the rest of the cards have a bunch of white space on them, really be mindful to fill out the white space here or incorporate more white space. This one just has a more saturation of color and a lot more colors and variation in colors. And it seems to stick out, and not necessarily in a good way for me. But I don't dislike it and I don't hate it, and it's not going to keep me from using this deck. Sun. A little bit different stances for some traditional Marseille. Or maybe this is more traditional, but the ones that I've seen have been more reaching into the belly or the heart. So, really, really liking the size of this deck. Okay, now I'll pick up the speed. I do really like the pips. So I just saw a beautiful blue bird or blue jay. I'm not sure which one. I'd have to look it up, but come into the yard, really nice and beautiful colors and fat body. Anyway, I do really like the pips in this deck. I like the, some decks don't work well with white space around them, but this one really does. And again, I do wish it would pick up how deep these colors are, even though they're kind of pastel and light and watercolory. There's a depth in them, and even a vibrancy. Even though they're kind of muted, there's a vibrancy that just doesn't get captured on camera, which is sad, but the state of our reality. It looks like maybe some of the floral patterns are a little different than the purist Marseille, but I am not a purist. I do enjoy learning about it, and I don't quite know enough, but I'm excited to explore. But I'm really excited to read with this. One of the things I do remember about in the unboxing is looking at these pages. He's so big, like the massiveness of the body itself. Um, it's an energy that I'm not sure that I would have put with the page if I were to have created this deck, but I do like that kind of solidness and the bigness. And this one reminds me of a football player, especially with this bowl type thing in his hand or her hand. But really massive, just massive body type, which I don't normally associate with the energy of the page. I mean, even look at that compared to the Cavalier. Look at the thighs on this guy and the width of the body. And then look at, you know, some of it's just perspective pushed back. But no, this is like, proportions are different. This seems like a big, giant rugby player to me. But I really like the pink horse. I like his jolliness. I like the energy that's coming forth from this. And then what I like her face, and I love the colors, and she looks like she's kind of sitting in nothing. It's, where's the throne? I mean, there's this, but I'm not sure what that is. But a bench maybe. But what I'm really distracted by is the saggy breasts that are drawn on there. I mean, really? Is that necessary? And, look at her age. She wouldn't even need to be that saggy a breast. And I don't think that that's doing any justice to the historical decks that were drawn to capture that in the big round breasts. And so, it's like I said, it's not going to prevent me from using it, but I find it distracting. And King is a funny little guy, little short legs. Foreshortening on some of the body parts. Again, as an artist, I notice these things. All right, pentacles. And there's almost a minimalist quality to the pips, and I know pips can have that, but some of them have a lot of ornate and detail and have a heaviness to them. And these have a really light, I like the line quality through the drawing, and that seems to give it a airiness or a lightness or, oops, I don't throw them all on the ground here. All right. Oops. Hang on. All right. Drop that one on the ground. And a pretty big page. But I do really like the art. I really like the art style of this. I like that it has a historical reference, but it does have a lot of contemporary twists to it that work really well. So I'm going to skip through some of the wands. There we go. This is interesting. He's kind of looking away, looking back. That definitely changes. But he's got this little porn stash. But I like the contrabody movement. Another bird in the yard. I don't know what that one is. Queen. I like this queen. King. Ace. So I'll skip over a couple of these as well, get to the quartz. Yeah. The cardstock's pretty decent. It's got bend. It's kind of a satin finish. A little more flexible than I would have thought, but it's really nice. I don't mind it. So that's the Marshmallow Marseille walkthrough. I hope you enjoyed this video. My name is Pamela, and this is Pamela's Tarot Tales. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. And if you're interested in readings with me, just shoot me a note or an email and let me know. Okay, have a great day.